Hey guys, Brad from SimpleGuitar.com here, and today we're going to break down 16th note strumming for you. Now, most strum patterns that we talk about are always on 8th note based strum patterns, but what the heck do you do when you get a little bit more advanced and you have 16th notes? We're going to start by breaking all that down right now, so let's just dive right in. Now, here's our foundation that we need to understand. Okay, first of all music has a beat. And typically in popular music, the most common thing that you're going to see is every measure has 4 beats. Okay? Now, if we play a note on each beat like this and we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, we call that kind of note a quarter note. And in musical notation, a quarter note looks like this. So, a quarter note gets 1 beat each. We also have half notes that get 2 beats each, where we would play those and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I actually play a chord, I would let that chord ring out and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we also have whole notes that get 4 beats. We just play it on beat 1, let it ring out through the whole measure, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, on top of having whole notes, half notes, and quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We get eighth notes by taking 1 beat and dividing it into 2 equal parts and playing 1 note on each of those 2 parts. Now, that means we go from going 1, 2, 3, 4 to going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? Now, typically on the guitar, what we're doing is we're strumming down on the beat and then up on the and or the off beat. And if we do that, we get that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? And then most strum patterns that you see, especially as a beginning guitar player, are based on those kind of 8th note rhythms, different combinations that we can use with quarter notes and 8th notes and tying some of those 8th notes together. And you can go a long way with that. But eventually you're going to run into 16th notes. Now, what the heck are 16th notes? 16th notes are where we take an 8th note, which an 8th note by itself is just half of a beat because it takes 2 8th notes to complete a beat. Okay? That's why I have 1 and 2 and. What we're going to do is we're going to take each half, each 8th note, and break that into 2 parts. And so now for 1 beat, we're going to have the beat itself, or 1. We're going to have the and still, but now there's 1 in between those and 1 after those. And so we're going to have 4 notes for the beat. And the way that we count those is we say 1, E, and, Now, when we're strumming, what we're going to do is we're going to alternate down, up for that. So on 1, we go down, on the E, we go up, on the and, we go down, and on the we come back up. So we're going 1, E, and, Okay? Now, if we do this for all 4 beats in a measure, we have to get used to just that. So what you would do is mute your strings on your guitar. Acoustic or electric does not matter. I'm just playing my acoustic for ease today. And what you would do is you would play that and go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. What I want you to do is accent the beat for each one of those. Hit that beat harder so that you're going 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and count it out loud. The other thing that I would want you to do is actually practice clapping it. So I would stomp to the beat, just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then try to clap 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. That's going to take a little bit of coordination. It might give you a little bit of some hassle, but that's okay. It's good for you and it's going to make you better. But that is what 16th note based strumming is we're going 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, right? 16th notes are going to give you a little bit more variety with your strum patterns because you don't have to use them all the time, but you can throw them in wherever. Because if I take a strum pattern like this and I'm going 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a 1. I can just throw a 16th note in on the end there, and it's going to sound kind of cool, and it gives you a cool transition. A band that does that all the time, one of my favorites, Green Day. You're going to hear all sorts of... and that kind of little... that's 16th note strumming, and if you get used to it, you can just throw in cool little things like that. So the first thing you've got to do is you've got to get used to your 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... and I want you to get really, really comfortable with that, okay? Now, once you're comfortable with that, take some chords and start strumming those. 1E and a 2E. Just take some chords. That was G, C, E minor, D. Those are just the most popular chords to use, and it sounds good. Okay, so you can practice doing something like that. The biggest thing is developing that feel, though, and getting used to a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... Now, you're going to want to start slow and get it nice and smooth so that you can go 1E and a 2E and a... but then you want to start speeding it up, okay? Speed it up. As soon as you're pretty comfortable, you start speeding it up and push yourself, because that's the thing is when you're playing this in songs, if you can't play this fast enough, you're not going to properly make the song sound good, okay? So you want to be able to go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Now, here's a good example. This is from a song that I was working on with a class this week. This is Californication by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And there's this cool section, the pre-chorus, right before we dive into the chorus, where we're playing two chords. We're playing an A minor chord, just a typical A minor, first fret on your second string, second fret on your third and fourth strings, and you're playing 5 strings. So your first and your fifth string are open. And the rhythm for this looks like this. We're going to play 1, and then that first one is an 8th note. Now, remember, we have 4 possible notes on one beat. So we have 1, E, and a. But since I'm playing an 8th note, I'm going to play 1, and that eats up the E. So we don't have to play on E. And then we're going to play on and. Now, here's the trick. That means we're playing a downstroke, and then on and, we're playing another downstroke. And then on the we're going to play an upstroke. On 2, we're on beat number 2, we're playing the exact same rhythm. We're playing 1 and a. So we're going 1 and a, 2 and a, like that. Okay? Then on beat number 3, we're going to switch it around just a little bit, and we're going to play 3 and, like that. So we're going 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and, like that. So remember, down on the beat, down on the and, up on E, up on a. So we're going 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and. And then for beat 4, we play the same rhythm we did on beat 1 and 2. We go 4 and up, down, down, up. So if I say just down, up for this, I'm going down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. And I would count that rhythm as 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and 4 and up. So this is combining 8th notes and 16th notes, but you have to start breaking your beats into 4 notes in your head instead of just 2 with 8th notes. Practice just that measure if you need to, okay? Just go like this. Just go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and just repeat that until you get used to it. Then we're going to move on, okay? Now, after that, what we're going to do is we're going to go on to the next measure. And the next measure is an F major 7 chord. Now, an F major 7 chord is an open first string, first finger on the first fret of your second, second finger on the second fret of your third, and then your third finger on the third fret of your fourth string. And we're just playing those 4 strings, okay? And with this one, we're just playing 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. So it's the same rhythm on each beat, down, down, up. Okay, so we're going 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. That one's a little bit easier because we're not messing around as much. But we put these 2 together, and we're going to get this. We're going to go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1. Then you just repeat it, okay? We're just gonna repeat those two together, okay? And that way we can sound really cool and we can start getting used to this. But here's the trick. When you listen to the song Californication, you're gonna notice this is a lot faster. It's pretty fast. It's right? But here's the key. Here's the key, okay? The secret trick to getting your 16th note strumming down, and I should have told you this earlier, but I didn't, is when you're doing 8th note strumming, we always go down on the beat and we go up on the offbeat. So we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. What you have to do with 16th note strumming is do all of that as downstrokes. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we're just going to add upstrokes on the E and the in between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we get 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and. That's all it is. We're just doing down on 1 and on the beat and the ands and up on the E's and the U's. So use this cool little rhythm from Californication. 1 and a 2 and a 3 E and 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 E and 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Right? Take that, practice that, repeat it, make sure that you count it out loud. Make sure that you do it slow. Make sure that you build it up and start playing it faster and getting used to it. Because developing your feel for these 16th notes and your ability to count and recognize 16th notes, recognize them, I mean looking at the page and also with your ear, is going to make it so that you can play more advanced stuff a whole lot easier and give you more options for sounding awesome when you play. So I hope that was helpful for you today to play 16th note strumming and what the basics of 16th note strumming is. So have fun with this, practice that rhythm and enjoy it. Californication is a really cool song. And then if you haven't picked it up already, go get another gift that I have for you at my website called the Top 10 Things to Learn on Guitar First. It's a 17-page guide that goes over 10 things that are going to get you a lot of bang for your buck when it comes to your guitar playing, especially if you're just starting out. Now, this is 10 things I teach beginners all the time and it helps you get better. Okay, all you have to do is put in your email address and I'll email it out to you right away. Now, if you don't want to be on my email address and get other cool stuff that helps you, get better at playing guitar and stuff like that, that's fine. You can unsubscribe, but that's how you get this. So there's no commitment there. But it's my gift to you, is my way of saying thank you for watching today's video and for being here with me and subscribing and commenting and all that fun stuff. So go to simpleguitar.com/top10, pick up that guide, go have some fun with your 16th note strumming, and I will catch you in the next video.